everybody, and welcome back to the Backlogs channel. And this is the first video I'm filming after the Switch 2 has been released, besides my unboxing. It is the 9th of June. I took 4 days off to kind of just chill and do my own thing and kind of recuperate after, and obviously play a whole bunch of the Switch 2 as much as possible. So expect a few new videos coming out pretty soon. I don't know if I'm going to release this video the same day I'm filming it, but I'm going to be filming a few videos today that will be put out very soon, because I think it's about time I finally start giving my opinion on things. So since the Switch 2 has came out, obviously a lot of people have been saying a lot of things, and a lot of new things have surfaced and became popular, and it's a whole new environment of video games just within the last 4 days. The entire video game community is kind of very mixed up and it's all new. So today I wanted to kind of just give my basic thoughts about Mario Kart. I have a feeling I'm probably going to do a little bit more on the main channel about this new Mario Kart, because it really is a big deal. It's been since 2014 since we got a new one, not including Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because that was just a port. Also not including Mario Kart Tour because, you know, that's a mobile game, so, you know, that barely counts. But Mario Kart World is the first, like, from the ground built up, completely new thing. It's got a million new ideas. Everything's new about it. I just want to talk about it a little bit. My thoughts and feelings about it. I do really quickly want to bring up this point before going into anything. The hate that the Switch 2, but specifically Mario Kart's been getting, is a little ridiculous. It's all over the internet, just straight hate for this game, and it is purely built on the price tag. I just really want to really quickly, I'll talk about all the hate and stuff going on about the Switch 2 and everything in another video, but I think it's important to bring it up because everyone's just hating this game at the moment because of the price tag, not because of the actual game, which means they bought the game to hate on it, right? Because you can't hate on something that you've never played or never experienced, so they must have bought it, right? But so I was being sarcastic. Like 99% of the people that are hating haven't even bought the game, but the people that have bought the game and saying that it's bad because of blah 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 blah, mainly because of the price tag, they're just being biased, and it's the whole Twitter mindset. Like, you really can't take it seriously. The game has flaws, but no, it's not a bad game. It's actually a pretty good game, and it's a very good follow-up with a new type of formula than Mario Kart 8, because there was only one way to go from Mario Kart 8. You really had to make something new. Don't just do the next thing that's making the other one better. You gotta find a new formula and find a new hook for people. And they did do that differently in this game. This game is for a very different demographic of people. Mario Kart 8 was very much purely a find the rhythm of how it works and do that every time, and you'll most of the time win. With Mario Kart World, it's a lot more hectic. It's a lot more... It gives Mario Kart Wii vibes because of the main fact that it's so unexpectedly chaotic all the time, all over the place. There's things happening. There's so many characters, which makes it feel very chaotic with the items, because there's always items flying with you. And considering how big the maps are, since there is so many characters, it feels like you're, for the most part, always bunched up with someone, unless you're in the very far back at the last place. But most likely you're gonna be up in the middle, if not in the front, and if you're not in the very front or the very back, you're mixed in. And the thing that this game does very well is within a second you can go from first to 22nd, or you could go from 22nd to like third within like 2 seconds. There's never a set stone idea of what's gonna happen from race to race each time. I'll explain why a little bit later, but for Mario Kart 8, it was like, if you were a decent amount away from the rest of the racers and you were in first, unless you got hit by like 3 red shells in a row, or a blue shell then a red shell, or something like that, then, I mean, you were practically gonna stay in first for the rest of the race, and then in turn, the next race, you were going to be in first, which would give you that slight advantage point, and then you just stay in first for that lap too, because you're already in the lead, and most of the time you will have a banana or something behind you to protect you, and you'll be pretty much fine. For Mario Kart World, again, the items are extremely frantic. The items, I think, this game is almost unbalanced to a pretty bad degree, but that makes this game so much less competitive and so much more what Mario Kart should be. A party game that anyone can pick up and enjoy, not depending on your skill level. So, you know, this is a concept that Smash tries to do and other Mario Karts try to do, but I think the 2 series that really knock it out of the park, I would say now, I would say back in the day, it was pretty much just Mario Party. If you picked up Mario Party, anyone for the most part could win at the end, or at least get a few stars, or at least get like a few stars or something. But Mario Kart, this new Mario Kart is really just, it's gotten rid of that gap. Like, I was just playing with someone the other day that is not a video game player. They do not play Mario Kart, and it took them like 2 or 3 rounds to get it. And once they got it, they were competing in second place and first place with me. And I've been playing Mario Kart games and video games my whole life. This person barely plays anything. The extent of what they play is Family Feud, the video game, Family Feud, and that's about it. They play a little bit of other things, but for the most part, I mean, they're not video game players. So why am I saying all this? My main point is, I like this game, but for a different reason than why I liked Mario Kart 8. And we're gonna go into specifics now. When I first played this game, I wanted to go through all the courses, see them all, experience them all, and I very quickly, by the end of all of the Grand Prix, and I hit that final Rainbow Road course in the game, I realized this game barely works in single player. I mean, unless you're doing free roam, which I'll talk about in a second, but the main mode, the racing against other players, what Mario Kart's always been, it does not work in single player. It's just truly boring. It's truly boring. But when you play with other people that you know and that you're friends with, and even people online that are also not robotic and know how to play Mario Kart, then the game instantly turns from this boring, computer-filled, just nothingness to this amazing game of just like, again, it really just feels like Mario Party, where everyone's always having fun, even if they don't understand what's happening, because no one really understands what's happening. It's going so fast, and there's just literal parts where you're going like, it feels like you're in a 400cc race, like one of those mods that people do in the course, and yet it doesn't feel out of control. It just feels fun, and everything makes sense, even though it's so chaotic, and it all just works so well. And on top of that, I think this was one of the best ideas of a multiplayer game being released when the camera for the Switch 2 did, because this camera really, you can see each other's faces over top of the characters that you're driving as. So as you're going through these races, if you hit someone with a red shell and you see them, it makes their little character spin, and then you can see their reaction to it. And then as you're going past them, they can see your reaction to hitting them and going past them, and it adds a whole new layer to the game that wasn't previously there. It adds a whole new depth to the game that adds on to the experience like no other Mario Kart has, I feel, and that's why this Mario Kart is, I think it's going to be a lot more replayable than Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that's coming from the guy who spent 110 plus hours in that game alone, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Don't even ask me about Mario Kart 8, there was no way to track that, but I'm sure that also had 100 plus hours in it before Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out itself. But the point is, it's just, although Mario Kart World really does have a lot less content in it than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did, it feels just as full. And don't even talk to me about the graphics, they are so good. I could not believe how much Mario Kart can really just, the whole experience can heighten just by the graphics being so much more clear. They're not realistic per se, they're just clear and smooth. They look beautiful and crystal clear, and they move with such fluidity with 60 frames locked, and it just feels, it feels great. It feels really, really good. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. I would say Grand Prix isn't the way to go for this game. I mean, it works, but if you're gonna pick a mode, I would say Knockout Tour. So Knockout Tour is basically, you start with 24 people and you pick a course line, so like 4 or 5 courses intertwined with each other, and every single time you hit the next lap, you drop the 4 people that are the furthest back. So for example, you start with 24 people, and everyone from 20th place to 1st place continues on after that first lap. And then it's got to be the top 16 the next lap, then the top 12 next lap, then top 10, or sorry, top 8, then top 4, and then those last 4 people compete for 1st place. And it's a really cool way of doing it, I think. It really gets tight at the end, and the idea of every single course, people being so close to each other in just distance, and it just keep going for 6 different courses or 5 different courses each. It just really is such a good experience. It's a perfect mode for this game. If they stuck with just Grand Prix, it wouldn't have worked as much, I would say. Now, I explained all of that stuff before I should have explained another big part of the game. So, the way this game works is, instead of 3 laps in one course and then you stop, there's a loading screen, and then next race you're all waiting until it hits go, and then you go for that course as well. This game works differently. The way it works is you pick a Grand Prix or you pick Knockout Tour, and you have 4 different courses or 5 different courses, maybe a Knockout Tour, maybe even 6, I'm pretty sure, from what I can remember. And they're one after the other. And in between every course, there is a track that connects the courses, so that way you're the entire time driving. So you're driving from one course to the other, and then doing that course, and then driving from that course to the next course, and then driving on that course. It is non-stop driving the whole time. You have to drive yourself to that course, and then you have to compete in that course, and the whole thing tracks what place you're in, so it all matters. It's a whole big world, hence the name Mario Kart World. It's an open world game. So besides the Grand Prix and the Knockout Tour, there's also Free Roam, which is an entire huge world map that has all the courses that you drive in Grand Prix and Knockout Tour throughout the throughout the world, and you can just drive onto them from the open world. There's grasslands, there's deserts, there's huge ocean areas that you can drive on. All these places are just one big connected world, and there's a bunch of secrets in it, and there's, rails that you can grind on, and walls that you can wall ride on. That's another feature I haven't even talked about yet. You can grind on rails like Tony Hawk Pro Skater for some reason. It's great. And you can also super jump, which gets you onto the walls and gets you onto the rails. There's a whole lot new in this game. And, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it too much so far, except for one more thing, because I'm going to talk about this in a main channel video, probably. But one more thing I want to bring up is battle mode. And this is not a big thing that I'm seeing everyone bring up, but they severely nerfed battle mode to a outrageous degree. The courses aren't as good that you're racing on, the tracks, I mean, the battle course tracks. The items don't work as well in battle mode, and over top of all this, they stripped all of the modes except for balloon battle and coin runners, and that's it. And it doesn't even work the same. If you get out in balloon battle, you're out. You don't respawn with your balloons, you're out for good. And it's just not as good. I hope eventually they bring back the old modes or something in free updates. I could see that happening, but just the fact that they stripped it back to begin with, it just feels like a big step back. And I was one of those guys, one of the few guys in the world that actually played the battle mode. So yeah, honestly, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. I'm really upset with the whole battle mode situation. But that's just my basic opinions on Mario Kart so far. Also, the characters. I really like the characters in it. How they kind of implemented the costumes. It's okay, whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't care. I don't not care. It's just a whatever thing to me. But I think the idea of bringing all these characters that you would not expect to be in a Mario Kart game or any Mario game at all, especially something as big as Mario Kart, it kind of has the same feel as Piranha Plant in Smash, or a joke character in Smash like Wii Fit Trainer when she came out for the Wii U version and 3DS version. Yeah, you wouldn't expect it, but there it is, it's in the game, and that's what it's gonna be like. So they did that, they put a bunch of enemies in, like the crab from a few of the mainline Mario games. They put in like the mole that throws wrenches at you, and just the basic mole, and the penguin from Mario 64, and just stuff like that. The cow from Moo Moo Meadows. Very weird stuff, but it really just adds character to this game being new and weird and different from all the others, and I really like it. So I would say look forward to the most likely, but still thinking about the beginning phases of the main channel video I'm going to make about this game. And look forward to more backlog videos. I'm going to be talking about a lot about the Switch 2. And as things come out, I'm going to talk about it. So just stay tuned, and this is just the beginning. Thank you everybody so much for watching. See you in the next backlogs video, and bye-bye.